Patricia, it's a squirrel. Go chase it then. I will like to say Queen Emma was there. You know what? We're rolling with it. Queen Emma was there when we were having a full conversation in Italy about the potential dog names. And Broomhilda was a serious contender. And I'm not saying that to be funny. Jason dead ass thought we were going to name a dog Broomhilda. I want people to remember that the next time they come at me about how we named our 4 children. Because do you see what I'm working with? Anyway, we're very excited. Elliot is thrilled. Benny is also excited. Wyatt couldn't care less. And Finny has no fucking clue what's happening. So there's that. She's 1 though, so maybe soon she'll know what's happening. Coming up on today's episode, I'm bringing back Ask Me Some Things to answer some of the real ones' most burning questions for me. And shocker, once again, several of you reminded me why we call this segment Ask Me Some Things, because inappropriate. Some of those questions, guys, we for real? After that, I'm going to be joined by a friend of mine. He's one of the funniest comedians ever, the host of the So True podcast, my future piping hot tea NFL broadcast partner. He's back, real ones. It's Caleb Heron. And as if it needs to be said again, no business. I love that we do chat, but no business. Before we get to all of that, let's start off with, can I be honest? This week, can I be honest about vacationing with 4 kids, 6 and under? Because I just got back from a trip to Hawaii. And I have a lot to say about it. Let me start off with the positives. No. Should we end on a positive note? Let me be clear. My negatives aren't really negatives. They're just stating facts. I think. I truly believe that vacationing with children, anywhere you go, is just parenting in a different zip code. What I will tell you is having a child who is newly walking is a true pain in my butt because she wants to get down and explore. And she's 50-50 on whether or not she chooses to do that walking or she chooses to do that crawling. And you know what I don't want? Her crawling on the floor in public places. One of the things that I feel really fortunate about is that when you are vacationing, aka parenting in a different zip code, especially when you're going to a place with multiple bodies of water, you got to bring in the troops. And by that, I mean, we took family. We took family with us. We took 4 grandparents and one of my nieces, because I'll be damned if we're not in man-to-man coverage at any given moment. And also, none of our parents, all 4 grandparents, none of them had ever been to the islands that we went to. We were on Maui and we were on Lanai, and the girls love it. They love getting to take the people they love most with us. And it's fun. And we love that. So my biggest tip for vacationing, if you can, is hands. I love Hawaii. I love it so much. I love the culture. I love the food. I love the people. Everyone there that we interacted with was lovely. If it were closer, I would go back on a very regular basis. I will say that we caught the very tail end of the storms that Hawaii was experiencing. So I think maybe we could we could find a link to help support the Hawaiian people and communities that were impacted by the storms, because there was a significant amount of damage on certain islands. And I think that we can do good things around supporting them. That's it for Can I Be Honest? Next up, you guys sent in so many questions. I'm just going to get right into them with a brand new edition of Ask Me Some Things, because Ask Me Anything was far too open-ended. Ask Me Some Things is brought to you today by Tax Act. I think this goes without saying, but you can ask me some things. Just don't ask me about taxes. That's for Tax Act. Everybody knows that. And before I get into the questions I will answer, I just want to say to literally everybody, I know it usually comes from a good place. Not always. But quit asking me and my mother-in-law about upcoming nuptials. Nobody's fucking telling you anything. I don't have any details. I have no details. I have none. Look at that. That's how many details I have. None. Stop fucking asking me. Stop fucking asking my mother-in-law. TMZ. Fucking being creeps in the fucking airport. Ew. Here's the deal. Even if I did have any information, I'm not fucking telling you. That's private information. If I had it. Private information between family. So A and B, see your way out. You see what I did there? And while we're talking about A and B and C and letters, TMZ, SMA. How about that? For anyone who's confused about that, suck my ass. Can we get a graphic? Suck my ass. How about that? Great. Perfect. I feel like we appropriately nailed that. And I would just like to say, I recently went on Conversations with Cam, and Cam did it appropriately because she brought it up as a joke. Because she's an intelligent woman who knows how ridiculous that question is. You get it? Silly. Cut it out. I mean, you can keep here's the deal. You know what? Keep fucking asking. You know what my answer's going to be? I know nothing. Suck my ass. No, actually, my answer, I'm done with the answer. I know nothing. My new answer, suck my ass. I'm going to get a headband with LED lights and it's going to say, suck my ass. And I'm just going to have a little button. It's going to turn on the minute someone asks me about it. Suck my ass. Okay. Now that that's been addressed, I'm going to go through as many of these as I can rapid fire. First up from Real One, Kate Speaks. How did the girls feel about the Easter Bunny? Scary? No, the Easter Bunny is not scary because we do not go to do photos with the Easter Bunny. I know better than that. We are not a mascot family except for the Philly Fanatic. Swoop still is sometimes at a distance. Sometimes we're into him. Sometimes we're not. For those of you who don't know, Swoop is the Eagles' eagle mascot. We've seen him a million times at this point and we're still unsure. So I'm not taking my children to go do the crying experience at the Easter Bunny because quite honestly, I would cry if I had to smell that too. Sorry, Easter Bunnies. You know those suits don't smell good. Anyway, they enjoy the Easter Bunny because he leaves an Easter egg hunt. So, and Easter baskets, more importantly. So, that's it. They love him. I'm supposed to be doing these rapid fire. Queen Emma did say that. And now I've slowed down. Number 2, next question from Shields with love. Which of these would you do? Skydive, bungee jump, or paraglide? And why? None. Literally none. I have children. None. Also, none. I am not a thrill seeker. I don't go on roller coasters. I don't really care for rides. I could do without them. I would do a zip line. I have done the treetop course thing before. I enjoy that. I'm not necessarily afraid of heights. I'm 1,000,000 feet tall while I'm standing on the ground. If I were afraid of heights, that would be kind of sad. I'm good. Aggressively good. I will cheer you on from the ground. I'll hold your bag. Perfect. A great question here from Real One Tiffany. As a mom, what's your favorite mispronunciation in kids that you will never correct? Where do I start? Speed lemon is outstanding. That means speed limit. Benny Lippick She loves a good lipic. Aminals. I'm pretty sure Wyatt still says aminals. I'm not correcting her. She is 6 years old. I will not correct her. It is aminals until she decides to pronounce the word correctly. Breakfast. Breakfast is a great one. I just love their little voices. Ellie stopped saying for the longest time giraffe was Gadraffy. It needs no explanation. It was so good. It was so good. Oh, Benny says Moderwellen. That's watermelon. Watermelon. Moderwellen. Modermelon, maybe? Either way, it's the cutest thing I've ever heard, and I'm not correcting it. And last one from Jessica Nelson 13. Does Big Ed agree with your use of the F word when it's used as in fuck the Cowboys? No. He's never going to agree with me saying the F word. While we were in Hawaii, I did say the F word in front of him a couple times. He was nice enough to pretend most of the times like he didn't hear it. Although I still, just by habit, immediately turned to him and said, sorry. Sorry. Because he's my dad and I respect him and I love him and I'm sorry that I say the F word so much. But only to him, not to anyone else. That's it for Ask Me Some Things, brought to you by Tax Act. Let's get them over with. All right, moving on. Let's get to Doom Scroll of the Week, brought to you by Allstate. First up, perhaps the most honest answer I've heard recently about why someone has not chosen to have kids. I love a queen that can recognize whether or not she's prepared to have children. This is a smart woman, but I'm going to tell you right now, she's doing it wrong. Anyone who doesn't like hide and seek is doing it wrong. And here's why. You grab a snack, grab a little drink, and you grab your phone. And then you hide. I'm not talking sit on the couch and put a blanket over your head. I'm not talking behind the chair that they're going to walk past and then they're going to turn their head and look at you and you can have this funny little moment of like, oh my gosh, there I am. I'm talking about you go into the pantry, you move something, you sit behind a stool, you reposition furniture, you go and hide in a locked bathroom. You do what you need to do, but you make sure that you have your water, you make sure you have a snack, and you make sure you have a phone. And then you hide. First of all, that shows them that you're not just going to give up. They don't just get handed things. Okay. You're not taking it easy on them. Give them a challenge. Okay. That helps them grow. Everybody knows that. And then you're buying yourself time to sit. Realistically speaking, if it takes them 3 minutes to find you, that's like a solid halfway through a snack. If you get a sweet treat, maybe you're all the way through the sweet treat. I don't know about you guys, but I can inhale a donut in probably 30 seconds flat. And I'm proud of that. Because if I eat it before they see it, I don't have to share it. I will also say we should not be doing the hide and seek version that I am speaking about if you have Benny playing. So if Benny's playing, she's 3. I'm not leaving her to her own devices for 3 minutes. I need eyes on that child at all times. And I truly believe that with my whole heart. So, but I'm going to be honest. I love playing hide and seek. I specifically love playing hide and seek because when they ask for help and I hide them, and then it's like a really good hiding spot that their other sisters wouldn't think about. And then their sisters walk past and then they giggle on purpose and give themselves up. It's adorable. And I love it. And last scroll, when we were in Milan for the Olympics, I learned our head of social, James, or as we like to call him, Jim Bob, was planning to propose to his girlfriend. Now, we knew that he was planning to propose to his girlfriend for quite some time. We had asked him about this months before. And he had mentioned at that time that they had plans to go and peruse rings. So by the time we were getting ready to leave for Milan and we had not heard of any plans, we questioned Jim Bob and he mentioned that he had gotten the ring.